Hi, I'm Ben Ponder again, talking about healthcare reform. In this next segment, I'd like to spend just a few minutes briefly discussing the Senate healthcare bill, which has now been passed by the House and signed by President Obama, and has been the subject of great controversy leading up to and even since the signing of that legislation. Within the borders of the state of Arkansas, within the borders of the 1st District, is a discussion that's fraught with a lot of emotion, and it hits all of us personally in one form or another. I just finished my day's reading of the bill, or what is now the act. It's a lengthy tome, and so I'm chipping away at it day after day, and it's an interesting and challenging issue for all of us. And so let me say this. I have consistently, in my other messages, my other speeches, emails, Facebook postings, whatever, been pretty clear that I wasn't a supporter of the Senate bill as it was written. Now, some folks have understandably assumed that meant that I wouldn't have voted for the Senate bill if I had been in the House, and I actually don't think that's a fair conclusion to reach, because, as is the case with the folks in the Arkansas delegation, Lincoln, Ross, Barry, folks who voted against it in the end, I wasn't there. I wasn't there as a part of the full legislative process, the committee meetings, the backroom meetings, and the discussions leading up to that legislation. And so I think it's really important that we don't gauge somebody's position by just this very black and white litmus test of, are you a yes or are you a no? And if you're a yes, you're a true Democrat, and if you're a no, you're a closeted Republican. And I don't think that's fair, and I honestly think that's a tactic that gets used all too often in the media today to ill effect for our public discourse and for the accuracy of information that folks have. The vote in Congress, the most recent vote in Congress, ended up fundamentally boiling down to this: do something about health care, or do nothing about health care. Now, I'm going to talk at some length about my actual positions on health care and health care reform. But this particular vote and this particular phase of the debate had less to do with the intricacies of health care policy, and it had a whole lot to do with party line stands and bickering and maneuvering for the upcoming general election. And we all have to realize that there never has been and there never will be a perfect legislative solution, and that every bill has its benefits and its costs. Every bill has phrases or sentences or paragraphs, pages that we like and some that we don't like. There is, I think, in this particular bill, as much as I've been able to wade through so far, just like any other bill, there's some real good in there, and there's some things that I think can be improved upon. I want to make it very clear, especially to my more conservative-leaning friends, that I'm absolutely not for repealing this legislation. I find the calls that began to be issued immediately after its passage, demanding that it be repealed, to be done in a snarky way and ultimately unrealistic way. It's not going to happen, and I think what folks have to realize is the bill passed. Depending on where you're from, your background, your situation right now, you may be elated about that, or you may be really mad about it. But it's a fact. It happened. And so now, wherever you're coming from, I think it's important that we take a deep breath and we say, we have this law. It's on the books. And now we've got to work to make it better. And that's my commitment to you as your congressman in the 1st District, is that I will work tirelessly to make sure that this becomes the foundation for a building that will be even better.